Hey guys, Huma Corn here, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you the best Wyvern for PvP. Now I'm going to be putting my own opinion into this and putting it in actual PvP situations to try and figure out which one's the best and which ones will be the most helpful during everyday PvP. Now I just want to say before I get into the video, obviously I have this thing on the channel where my voice goes squeaky at the start and it's an editing mistake. It's not actually my real voice. This isn't a voice changer that I'm using now. This is, some people are thinking this is a voice changer when it's not. This is my real voice. The squeaky bit at the start is just my editing software because I don't know why. It didn't do this before, but when I started using this specific software, it makes the bit at the start go higher pitch, and I can't do anything to remove it. It's just gonna be there for as long as I have this editor. I'm probably gonna switch soon, so yeah, it won't be here forever, but it's been on a fair few of the videos, so yeah, it's not a voice changer. If you like Ark Survival Evolved content or gaming content in general, make sure to subscribe right down below, and yeah, let's get straight into the video. So first we have the Fire Wyvern, and obviously this is really good for close range battles and flyer battles, because obviously when you're flying about, got people trying to pick you, and if they miss that pick, then you have a massive opportunity just to spray them with the fire, and it does a lot of damage. And especially to players, when I was doing my defense video, it stays there for 6 seconds, and I think it's for both. It actually stays about for 8 seconds because it's like a bug or something, so it stays for 8 seconds, and think of all that damage going into it, and the armor doesn't even matter in this case. If you have med brews, you're gonna have to spam it to survive the Wyvern fire, but if you get struck with it once and you have a really decent Wyvern, yeah, you're dead. If that Wyvern's got good damage, then you're screwed. It is decent for protecting, so all of these Wyverns can damage friendly tames and players, usually unofficial. Some unofficial servers disable it, which is good, but fire, obviously it is good for protecting tames, but you've got to be really careful not to hit it, otherwise you're gonna take a lot of damage. I don't think the rock golem can go on fire. I'm not too sure. I don't think it can, so let me know in the comments. Now it's not always the best thing to use for protecting soakers, because obviously long range weapons that people have, obviously everyone has mad damage weapons, so it can die very easily if they're sniping it, and you can't really do anything if they're long range. So you've got to be really careful to use it at the right times and bring it at the right times, and if you catch them by surprise with it, it can do a lot of damage. Obviously, once again, in my defense video, I caught them by surprise, and I pretty much killed all of them and half the tames. Obviously they came back, but yeah. The next one is the Poison Wyvern, and it's very good for killing other soakers. It does mad damage, and if you get hit once by the poison ball, you have a very good chance of dying. Not by the gas, but that initial impact. If you need at least like 500 health unofficial to survive this, and yeah, it's just mad. I use this quite a lot. Obviously flyers, Quetzals is a really helpful thing. Parasors, is that how you say it? Parasaurs, the ones that can soak, they're really helpful against them. It's alright for close range, but you can kill yourself on this tame, and this one specific tame you can kill yourself, and I've done it a load of times. It's really annoying. You just I'd say don't use it for close range, as long as you know you're not going to hit yourself, but you can't really tell. And the reason why it's good for killing through Parasors is because of it can damage people through the builds. I don't think the initial impact damages, but the gas around it does, and you can kill tames this way. I got wipes because of this. I'd say the Poison Wyvern is my most used one because it's just so fun to use, and just how helpful it is to defend against. So you can do flying battles with this, but you got to be pretty accurate, and most of the time with poison balls it's really hard to be accurate. So yeah, you can bring it to a flyer battle, but you're probably gonna get picked. The next one is the Ice Wyvern. Now the only real purpose for this is slowing down tames, and I guess it can be useful, but it's really easy to kill, and it can do some damage obviously, but it's so easy to kill. Basically just a massive flying slowing down machine thing. I don't know what to call it, but it isn't the best wyvern. Everyone will agree with me on this, and it's just the worst wyvern. In my opinion, it's just the worst wyvern, not worth taming. It can be used in PvE, but not PvP. PvP, it really isn't worth it. And then the last one we've got is the lightning. Now, I think this is one of the best wyverns to use in close range combat. It does a lot of damage, that beam, and it's not that hard to be that accurate. You could have the worst aim in the world and still hit with the lightning, which is good. It's really good for fly battles, I'd say. It's not so good for protecting stuff, because this is the one tame that does a lot of damage to friendly tames as well as other people. Obviously you can't hit yourself with this, not that hard to hit your friendly tames, so you got to be careful of that. And not so many people talk about it can actually knock tanky things out. Maybe not the rock golem, but if there's like a tanky Bronto or something you want to get rid of, this thing does a lot of damage and torpor damage, and especially if you've got a lot of stam. Yeah, it goes down really fast, and not a lot of people talk about that. I think I mentioned it once in one of the tip videos, I'm not sure, but it is a really good thing to do, especially if you want to take off the saddle, and once the saddle's gone you can do whatever you want, but it's not my most used one. Now, every one of these wyverns obviously have their own purpose depending on the situation. I'd say tame all of them except the Ice Wyvern. The Ice Wyvern really isn't worth it. It's not worth the struggle. So the best wyvern I'm saying is the Poison Wyvern. Obviously killing people through builds off saddles is so helpful. If you've got another person, poison and lightning is probably the best mix. Kill the person off the rider, make the rider go to sleep, and then you can both just munch on it or do your special attacks together. Really helpful. And obviously you do have to be kind of accurate with the poison, but it's really easy to kill people, which is the main thing in PvP, not the tames. It's mostly the players. Let me know what your favourite wyvern is and what you think of my opinions in the comments below. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you in the next one, and peace. I'm a vampire.